Hello, welcome to the Everyday Players podcast, Christmas and New Year special. Merry Christmas, Ryan.
Merry Christmas.
Look forward to your New Year.
Well, no, not really. I've not got anything planned. It's been a lot quieter this year anyway.
Hey, yeah, well, you know how it is. Birthday on New Year's Eve, isn't it?
Oh, yeah, forgot about that actually, yeah. How old will he be?
Well, 27, not quite, but have you got me a present? That's another thing.
Nah, I think I'll give you enough for your Christmas, to be honest.
Hey, so yeah.
Wasn't it?
Oh yeah, it was. I'll get practicing a bit more. I've let myself down a bit in front of when we were at our nannies, in front of the whole family. I was like, I know loads of half of songs, but can't quite finish them.
Yeah.
Unless I've got like that laptop up. But I've been practicing hard today anyway.
Ah, good lad.
Right, but anyway, doing things a little bit different, doing a bit of a Christmas and New Year's special. So we've had a little bit of a discussion, bit of a Monday night vibe. We're going to do like a top 5 flops. Both yourself will reveal yours, I'll reveal mine. Top 5 best value players in FPL this season. And then we're also going to do our Everyday Players 11, which is not basically the best players, but basically the players who we talk about the most on this podcast. So you've got that mug there, a bit of advertising.
Yeah, we can buy one. The merchandise shop will be selling them off soon. £10.
Yeah. I'll tell you what, this was one of my favourite presents, I think, from my wonderful fiancée Helen.
Yeah.
Got me this Everyday Players mug, but also got yourself one and got Tony one as well.
Yeah. Yeah, to be honest, when I was unwrapping it, I was thinking, this is a mug, this. And I was thinking, he knows I don't drink tea or coffee. I don't drink anything like that. I just drink water. I was thinking, what's he doing buying me this? And I looked at it, I was like, yeah, you know what? It's not bad, that. Keep showing it.
Well, that's it. But like you were saying, maybe we'll look to try and maybe sell this off as official merchandise from there. Anyway, down the nitty-gritty, how's it gone for you, the FPL, the last 2 weeks? Obviously, I mean, we're a man down with Tony Buxton, but you play Tony this week as well.
Yeah.
How's it gone?
Well, last week, not so well. I lost in both leagues. I mean, I only got 46, to be honest. I think it was quite a rubbish week all round for everyone. Salah got me 4 points as captain, which is rubbish. And then, Bruno Fernandes got me 12. And that was literally about it as far as returns. Obviously, Bamford scored as well. But Bruno is the only one who... I should have captained him, really, but I never really... I think Salah was the obvious choice. The fact that, the majority of people did go for Salah. You expected a bit more. West Brom at home, but I'm just glad it could sort of... the game week finish and you could just go straight to the next week, even though this next one started a bit of a disaster as well.
Well, yeah, we've touched on that. Yesterday, Man City and Everton game cancelled, postponed. Did it affect you too much?
Yeah, slightly. I mean, I had Diaz and Calvert-Lewin playing, and then I think some of my subs, I've mentioned before on the previous podcast about subs not being my strong point, and I think this is where it's like starting to affect me a little bit. I was quite lucky that Mitchell played, got 2 points, but I was just hoping they were going to keep a clean sheet. I think, 85th minute or something like that when Leicester scored. And then even worse that Zuma didn't play as well. So now I'll probably be playing with 9 men, unless Kilman or Burke, who's a bit of a doubt, can get a few minutes. So yeah, I'm running on a few numbers.
Yeah, I mean he's come back from the dead, hasn't he, Mitchell? And yeah. I had him as my 3rd sub. Yeah. So I am kind of glad in a way that they did concede and there's only 2 because, I had Diaz who's going to come out. Calvert-Lewin was my first sub, actually. I played it a bit brave against Toby Millward. I thought, I'll try and open it up and play Walcott and Souček. Annoyingly, though, he has got Souček this week and he's also got Harry Kane as well, which was it was a big differential for the 2 of us. Yeah. But he's kind of cancelled that out now. So, tough opponent anyway. I mean, go on.
It's a cancelling out tactic, which we've discussed before, isn't it? Where when you just seem to be playing people. I think last week, I was like on a 4v4, and then as soon as I think Ollie Watkins got 11 for Con, I was just uphill battle straight from there when you've only got 4 different players to your opponent.
Yeah, I think we've probably given away too many tactics maybe on this. I don't know if people done that beforehand anyway.
Yeah, possibly.
But yeah, that was it. I mean, I was aided. Robbie Decker, big shout out to Robbie. Give me an early Christmas gift this week. He took -16, which was very nice of him because in the end I beat him 50-34, which was exactly 16. So big shout out to him. I mean, I revealed some stats on him earlier today. He's taken -104 points in 15 game weeks so far.
I'm guessing he's the most out of everyone, won't he?
Yeah, most out of everyone. Lowest point scorer.
Has he lowest point scorer as well, right?
Yeah.
I think you needed that as well, though, didn't you? You needed that Christmas gift because you were hitting a bit of bad form.
I was.
With a free hit.
Yeah, that free hit was awful. Yeah. I was having a few bad things. I mean, he's both league tables here, but I mean, I'd lost the last 3 games in a row in the big money league. Now second to Johnny Walker. Played Merv Liddell, which was, I mean, no disrespect to Merv, but it was quite nice to play someone a bit further down the bottom of the league, just to get a win there. And then obviously in the stand-up cup against Robbie, could have just done with that gift really, and third place with myself. You're joint 5th at the moment, but you've caught me in points, which is very good. You're only 10 behind now.
Yeah, I think you've slowed down a bit of points with a few bad captaincy choices, but I don't know. I don't think I'm in the best of form, to be honest. I think some of the players are sort of not quite in form anymore. I've been struggling the last 2 games in both leagues last week, and then this week. I suppose it's still only early days, but I still have my opponents probably in favourite in both games, to be honest.
Yeah, I know you just hit the nail on the head. Last 4 game weeks, I haven't got the captaincy right once. So with yourself anyway this week, I'll just couple of questions here first of all, just to get you warmed up, right?
Yeah.
Who is the highest point scorer under 9.5 million?
Right. Well, is that for me? Guess now.
Yeah, go on. I'll guess now. Bit of Christmas fun.
Under 9.5 million. I think Calvert-Lewin.
Calvert-Lewin is correct. Yeah. 93 points. Yeah. Next closest with Grealish.
Yeah.
Who had 90.
I thought it was between them two, but I thought probably Calvert-Lewin just a little, I think, yeah.
Right, okay. No, that's fine. And whose value has gone up the most since the start of FPL?
Oh, I think Bamford's gone up by 1 mil. So I'll go for Bamford.
Yeah, Bamford's correct.
Is he?
I mean, there was a few close ones. There was Zuma and Calvert-Lewin both gone up at 0.9. Yeah. Well, yeah, Bamford's exactly 1 million. And then last question then, who's had the biggest value drop? And this one was a bit harder to find. So I've got 2 names here.
Right.
Please someone correct me as well if I'm wrong.
Right. I think one of them, I'm going to go for Aubameyang with 0.6 drop.
Yeah, that's right.
All right.
That's one of them, but he's joint with someone else.
Joint. I think this one's wrong, but I'm going to go for Marshall.
No.
Sterling?
No. Yeah. It's in fact Lord Lundstrom.
Right.
Started at 5.5. He's down at 4.9 now.
Right, I didn't realise that. Yeah.
I think a lot of people had him at the start and then just couldn't
Yeah, gone from last year, haven't they, really?
Yeah, basically, and then just got rid of him. Right, okay. Go on the bit of the Christmas fun then, shall we? Top 5 flops for yourself.
Yeah. Right. So the first one I went from with Aubameyang, 47 points, and then
I tell you what, we'll do it in reverse order. Do you want to start at number 5?
number 5, Trent Alexander-Arnold. So he's on 37 points. I think the standards he set last year were just. I think I will outwin Idem at the start of the season. He started at 7.5 and he's down to 7.2 now. I know he hasn't played like all the games, but he's only got 2 clean sheets, 2 assists so far with no goals. And I was quite surprised actually that he's owned still by 14.8% of people. But I think there's quite a lot of inactive squads in there. I was just looking at the top 100k, only 5.1% of people have him. So yeah, I think the standard he set last year, I just expected a bit more. I thought at the start of the season he was a must, but he's just sort of like he's just not delivered, to be honest. And then the next one was Werner. Yeah, so 4 goals, 5 assists. He got 66 points, so it doesn't look too bad. But I mean, he hasn't scored in the last 8 games. He's had 1 double-digit haul, which is against Southampton earlier this year, and I think that it was just like a marquee signing, wasn't he? Everyone expected him to do so well coming from the Bundesliga, being second top scorer there. I think everyone expected a bit more, but hasn't quite hit the ground running yet. My third one is Semedo, which is a little bit of a different one. I thought I'd have to try and get another defender in there. I think he's a funny one. I think when he first came, I thought he'd get quite a lot of attacking returns. I mean, he's got no goals or no assists so far. 3 clean sheets, and I think that Wolves, obviously, as a team himself, hasn't been as good defensively this year. And I did expect a bit more from him. Come from Barcelona, I expect going forward. I did think a little bit more. So he was slightly obscure one, but
I guess it's like when they had like Matt Doherty last year.
Yeah.
Whatever your opinion on who's better, Doherty or Semedo, is up to you. But Doherty was a goal threat for Wolves.
Yeah.
Obviously, there's no Jota as well. That's like 2 of the main threats gone, like Doherty and Jota. It's like exacerbated the Wolves' situation of scoring goals more than anything.
Yeah, it's made it much worse, hasn't it? Yeah. So Semedo, and then the second one, De Bruyne. Another one, really. I think the standards which he set last year, everyone thought it would be up there with Salah and Bruno Fernandes. And 68 points compared to Salah, I think, on like 120. And I think it's not.
Yeah.
It's obviously not all his fault. I think he is creating some chances and things like that. But I just think the finishing's been dreadful from some of the other people, from his teammates. Obviously, they've struggled without Aguero, and Jesus missed a bit. So yeah, a bit of a disappointment. I know he's still doing okay. He's got I think it's like 7 assists, something like that. Maybe 2 penalties.
Yeah, that's it. He's only scored 2 penalties, so he hasn't scored from open play. And like you said, for his price, he's only getting he's only got half the points as like Salah, Son, and Bruno.
Yeah,
which is very low for his standards, really, to be honest.
Yeah, I think it's because you have him as like a premium, don't you? Like,
yeah, exactly.
Him and Salah, like who do you have between the two or both? And just hasn't delivered. But yeah, it's probably City not playing very well, and a big factor in that. And yeah, then the last one, Aubameyang, again. Last season, we expected so much from him. I think the back end of last season, he was doing well. Scored in the FA Cup final. He was getting quite a few plaudits. And then the fact he's changed to a midfielder, well, he's just not done anything, has he? The biggest price drop, as we mentioned earlier, 0.6 on 47 points. I know he's probably missed a few games recently, but he just hasn't done anything. It's since this new contract malarkey, isn't it? That's what they all keep saying.
Yeah.
As soon as he signed that, he doesn't seem to have scored. Or
I think Arsenal have just been like a bit not very threatening at all going forward, have they? They've missed some creativity. Aubameyang's became a bit more of like a left-sided forward.
Yeah.
I don't know. He might just need to go more central, or they just need someone to create them chances.
Yeah. Yeah, they're
for
just
them.
as a whole, aren't they, Arsenal? It's same as City, but obviously a lot worse. Like a relegation scrap. I mean, they shouldn't get relegated, but so yeah, he's been a massive disappointment. You know, starting at 12 mil, you expect much more from him.
Yeah, definitely. And obviously, we'll just keep going on Aubameyang. I've got him as my number one top 5 flop there. Like you said, he's only got 3 goals. He was 12 million to start with, and he was kind of meant to be, I think the game put him into midfield to put him as like a midfield alternative.
Yeah.
So you don't all just have the same, Salah, Bruno,
yeah.
De Bruyne, etc. But he's kind of become not an option at all. He's done that poor.
Nah.
So I agree with you. I've put him the number one flop off this season.
Mine wasn't in any particular order, by the way. I just want to point that out. It was just in a random order, to be honest.
Right, okay. No, that's fine. Well, I've done a little bit of an order.
Right.
Number 5, anyway. Look, it's not the end of the world, but I've gone Brewster. I know at the end of the day, he's only 4.5 million. He's kind of like a 3-5-2 enabler, but he's played 10 games. He's got 14 points, no returns. Yeah. And in 8 of them games, he's only got 1 point.
Well, he's consistent, isn't he? Consistently shit.
Exactly. And I've got him in my team, and I can't really get him out because that's my formation, playing 2 forwards. But it's kind of like there's no hope that he's going to come off the bench even and just maybe get a goal. I mean, maybe it's going to be this week because he has to come in for Diaz.
Yeah, hopefully not, because I know Tony and Lenham have him, so I'm hoping that. I think it was a bit of a hype train, wasn't it? I think when he went to Sheffield United, everyone thought, he can be a third striker and this and that, or you can even put him on 3-5-2. But I suppose at the end of the day, he's not proven in the Premier League, and it just goes to show, really.
Yeah, sometimes they're not ready. Like Tammy Abraham, when he was at Swansea a few years ago, he wasn't quite ready for the Premier League then.
Yeah,
you know, it might have been because he was in a worse team, Swansea, than playing in this Chelsea team. But sometimes they've just got to do the trade first, build that confidence, and then become like a Premier League player.
Yeah.
But obviously, number 4, I've gone for De Bruyne. I know you've more or less covered everything on that. But yeah, I've been disappointed with him as well as yourself. Number 3, I've gone for someone who I tipped to be to have an outstanding year, was Mason Greenwood.
Yeah.
I kind of thought this year he'd kick on. I had him in some of my drafts pre-season that he was going to be like this strong 4th midfielder and he's going to get goals.
Yeah.
And he hasn't really delivered. Man U haven't really played that well. I think he got affected by this, Iceland, COVID, with these women. I think it's affected him a lot more than you would think.
I think that's what you get, isn't it? Because he's a young lad, you get that inconsistency, and he has set the bar so high for himself from last season that everyone thought he'd probably do the same. But I guess it is just hard for like a youngster to be able to do that on a consistent level.
Exactly. And next I've gone for Kai Havertz. He again was another one who I put down as a potential 4th midfielder who's going to score goals. He scored 18 goals last year in all competitions. Yeah. So I thought, he could be like a bit of a gem, but he's not really lived up to the hype. He's had a shortage of games recently as well. He's only played 40 minutes in the last 3 game weeks. So he's kind of like lost his place.
Yeah.
And I believe he's only scored the 1 goal, 2 assists. So
yeah,
I've been quite disappointed with him.
Yeah, I think just from watching him, I think he's a big confidence player. I just think, I don't know, he hasn't seemed to adapt to the Premier League. I don't think yet. He seems a bit slow, poor in possession, sloppy, gives the ball away and that. And I think his head's just like, the confidence is just completely gone at the minute.
Yeah, exactly. What do you want to go next? Do you want to go best value or do you want to go the teams?
We'll go best value next, I think.
Oh, right, okay. Keep that in order then. So he's your top 5 best value players then.
Yeah. So again, this is not in any particular order. I just done it as literally, just any order. So yeah, Bamford, it was at 6.5 now, and yeah, started at 5.5. Now I've noticed that I actually made all these notes in preparation that you wouldn't put these on the slide, so then I could read them out. so the slide would say Bamford, and then I'll read all these points and go, oh, he's knowledgeable, instead of me just reading things off there.
Maybe I've done too much for you.
Yeah, you've done too much for me. That's what I had on my phone.
Hey, this is just for the it's just for the audience. So
it's for the
makes
audience
it easier.
anyway. It's easier for them to see without having to listen to me too much. Well, yeah. So I put Bamford in. Yeah, started 5.5 to 6.5 now. Just on about a 1 million price rise. But I mean, 10 goals, 91.
Yeah.
Points. I mean, I don't think anyone expected that, but I don't know. Playing in that Leeds team, he's just bound to get loads of chances. And then he took the penner as well yesterday. Yesterday. Well, yeah, I think it was yesterday now.
Tears are getting mixed up.
It is, to be honest. Yeah, too many games as well being played. And yeah, so it's good to see he's on penalty duty, and I'm quite glad I've had him for quite a while now. I think he's probably gone up in 0.7 since I've had him in, and yeah, he's done me well, and I don't think anyone expected him to get that.
Yeah, I mean, just on a side note, I'm kind of glad he's proved the doubters wrong a little bit. I'm quite happy that he's doing quite well, because he had a few loan spells before and didn't really cut it in the Premier League. And I think obviously a lot of the doubters were there. Oh, can he actually hack it? I mean, he's 27 now, so he's not like a young lad anymore. So yeah, thrilled for him. Yeah. Well done, Patch. I've been on Snapchat to him before, so there's my claim to fame.
What did you say to him again?
Well, one of my mates at uni, he was like best mates with him from home, and he was on loan at Borough, and he Snapchatted a picture of me, and he said, "Oh, what should I put?" And he put Kike is better than you, right, with my face. And I don't think he took it very well, because he then said, "Oh, is that why I scored more goals in less games then?"
Fuming, wasn't he?
He was.
Good to see him do well, though, anyway.
Yeah, definitely.
Right. Yeah, so my next one's Zuma, which might not look like good value, but I think he's a bit of a surprise.
No.
He's a little bit...
Package.
Yeah, a little bit. I think he's a bit of a forgotten man. I think he's been on loan at Everton, and then, the past few seasons, I know Rudiger, Christensen. So it's quite interesting that he's actually nailed on a start. He's got a nailed on starting position. Started at 5 million, up to 5.9 now, and then 4 goals and 6 clean sheets. I mean, him and Thiago Silva are doing well in the heart of the Chelsea line there. So yeah, I've picked him. Yeah, but as I say, a bit of a forgotten man. But I'm happy I've owned him for quite a while now, and so he's done well. And then third one, Souček. I think.
My favourite, my boy.
Favorite. I think especially at the minute, it seems to be a lot of people are getting him. I mean, 63 points. I mean, for started off 5 million, and I think everyone did think that he could definitely be like a good, fifth midfielder, possibly fourth midfielder option for someone. But I mean, he's got 4 goals now. Such a threat, isn't he? As soon as it gets in that box, he's always there, isn't he?
Yeah, it's became too much though now that people are starting to get him. He's like, now I think he's getting about 10% ownership. A lot of people are playing against starting to be interested in him now, and I guess it's only natural, isn't it, that happens, but probably need him to slow down for a bit.
Yeah, that's it, isn't it? I mean, I had him at the start of the season and took him out because I think at the start he wasn't doing anything really, but now it just seems to be, he's definitely picked it up. Yeah, so fourth one, I've gone for Martinez from Aston Villa. Now, he's actually a bloke who he keeps getting loads of points against me, and I don't like him. He seems to just make so many. He's getting like 10s and double figures all the time for a keeper. But
this is what he's got recently then. So he got 3 last night.
Yeah.
But then he got 10, 6, 8, and 11, all in the last 5 weeks.
Yeah.
Which is stupendous for a keeper, that.
Mad, isn't it? I mean, 8 clean sheets, most in the league. And he started off 4.5. I think, obviously, Villa didn't play the first week, but he was on the same price as McCarthy and Ryan. And I just thought, definitely McCarthy. But I think, I was definitely wrong with that. I mean, McCarthy is doing me decent, but Martinez, fair play to him. He's doing me head in, and everyone seems to have him and getting loads of points and things like that. But give credit where credit's due. He's doing well. He's a good keeper. He's better than Len.
Yeah.
I don't know why Arsenal got rid of him.
Yeah.
Yeah. The last one is Son. Again, a little bit where it does seem like I'm just picking him just because he's like one of the best players. But for someone who was at 9 mil, and I obviously up to 9.7 now, but 11 goals. I mean, I think he's been a top point scorer for the majority of the season. I know he's been overtaken by Salah, but I think since probably game week 2, I think he's been top. And I just think for someone at 9 mil, I think that's just so good. He's in the same price range as, I don't know, Rashford, let's say.
Yeah.
And I don't think anyone probably expected him to do as well as what he's done. I think he was always going to do well, but I mean,
I'll just I completely agree with you, because he's like that next midfielder after the premiums, really. So you get like Salah, De Bruyne, Sterling. They're all up there. Son's like that next level one. Yeah. But for him to like perform that well, be the majority point scorer throughout the whole season so far. Yeah. 11 goals, 4 assists. I'm pretty sure he's going to crack that 200 mark this year. So, he's just as valuable as some of the essential as much as like Bruno and Salah, I believe.
Yeah, I think that's why he's owned by so much people, isn't it? It's like
about 60%, isn't it?
Yeah, even when he scores, you think, the majority of people have him anyway. Obviously, it's still good to have him in that, but yeah.
Yeah. So with mine top 5. I mean, we'll just quickly go through number 1. Obviously, Bamford. I completely agree with yourself. For him to start 5.5 million, get 10 goals is brilliant. I've gone for Grealish at number 5. Reason being, he's on 90 points. He's at 7.8 at the moment. Started off at 7. He's got 5 goals and 8 assists, and he's kind of like, I've been reluctant to get him all year, thinking, they'll slow down. The only criticism, obviously, is 2. One, he is a really top high scorer, but he seems to either do really well or blank.
Yeah.
He has a lot of high scores, 4 double-figure hauls.
Yeah.
I think he got 24 against Liverpool.
Yeah, I think he did, yeah.
But you can also blank, but he's worth a shout in there. Callum Wilson, the boy, number 4, 82 points. Another cheap striker. He's like another enabler to play with 3 strikers. You could get like Wilson, Watkins, and then Kane or something like that, or like a premium. So I'll put him in there because he's capable of getting goals and assists, takes penalties as well.
Yeah.
Number 3, I've got Diego Jota, 47 points, 5 goals in 9 games. I think some of it has been over-exaggerated. The fact with his Champions League form and his League Cup form, which doesn't count a fantasy league, but just for him to force his way into the team almost, when we thought, he might just be like a bit of a bench warmer, come on, he has become like an FPL option now, which is, it's always nice to have like a 4th, 5th midfielder who can score goals like he does. And then number 2, I've gone for Vestergaard. So he started at 4.5, 63 points. He's a goal threat, got 3 goals. He's got 5 clean sheets. I think he's a bit similar to Zuma. He's become a bit of a surprise package this year, but he's tightened their team's defense, but he's also a goal threat at the same time.
Definitely.
So they were our top 5 best value and top value flops, right? Should we go through the teams then?
Yeah, let's go through the teams then.
The everyday players 11. So it's a bit of a Monday night football vibe, isn't it? Look, this is not necessarily the best team. This is just players that we talk about very often, even when they're not too great.
Yeah.
But he's our everyday players team. So we've got your team there, I think.
This is my team. So I had Martinez in goal. We just been mentioning him earlier. I didn't really know who else to get. I don't think we talk about keepers too often, to be honest.
No. I was struggling, to be honest, on what keepers to put in. I nearly went Matt Ryan.
Yeah.
Just because Tony's fuming with him.
Yeah, I nearly did, but I mean, I don't know. Obviously, but I don't know if the listeners know, but I don't watch back any of our podcasts. So a lot of this was quite hard for me to think who we've discussed and that sort of thing. So I had to go through my notes and then just out of memory to try and think who we've spoke about in the past. So yeah, I mean, obviously, yes, I've got Matty Cash in there, which obviously is Tony. I think a lot of this is from Tony's. He has this sort of like his love affair,
loyal player,
isn't he?
He does.
Matty Cash. I mean, he had to be first name in that team sheet, didn't he? I mean, he's been on the episode with us as well. Got a nice assist yesterday, but I think Tony's probably mentioned him. Or we've mentioned him at least once every podcast, I'd probably say.
Yeah.
And yeah, Vestergaard, that's what we mentioned before. I think we went through Southampton and his clean sheets and his goal threat. I've picked size as well. Another one of Tony's favourites, I think. And then obviously we spoke about Wolves before, and then the fact that he got dropped and he was owned by a high percentage of people, and it was that sort of dilemma of who do what do you do with him? Do you get Kilman? Do you get Bolly, or just completely get rid? And then I got Souček in there. It was another one that was quite hard choice. This one as my centre defensive mid. Not like it's that team would ever work without any. Well, it definitely wouldn't with Sterling and Podence there in sort of like
centre mids.
Well, at least Souček gives a bit of muscle, but that was mainly from you. I know he's one of your favourites on this, and
yeah,
I think we've discussed him quite a bit. Jota, I mean, just spoken about him. I know that we've mentioned him a lot of times in this. Another one that Tony really doesn't like, and we've discussed in the past whether he's like essential or whether you can have him instead of Salah. I know Toby mentioned him when he came on the podcast. So I mentioned him a lot. Another one that Tony doesn't like, Podence. We went through Podence a lot of times. How it's sort of he's affected Traore's game time in a way, and we sort of got loyalty towards Traore. So I've got Traore as well. Another Borough loyalty, even though he's actually he's doing rubbish at the minute, really. And I know he hasn't scored in like over a year, has he? Which is absolutely mad. But we've got to get Podence in there. Then obviously that means Traore. Now Sterling's in there because obviously I had that little rant. I don't know, about 4 game weeks ago when I had him in and then he was doing shit and I didn't know I couldn't just get rid of him because then Salah got COVID and then he got dropped one game. So I thought, like, on a personal note, he had to be in there. It was either him or De Bruyne. Between the two, and they've just done absolutely shite for me, like, all season. So, and he's picked up a little bit, to be fair. Like, as soon as I got rid of him, I think he scored, which is just typical, isn't it? But, so I had to get him in there from that. Jordan Ayew, another one related to Tony. Tony's tips. I think that's the first tip he's ever give there. Definitely a questionable tip, and I don't know if he scored this season. I don't think he has, to be honest. But
he must have lost his head there to put Jordan Ayew in, and he's kind of starting to lose his place to Benteke. That's how poor he's been.
Yeah, Benteke's doing well as well at the minute, isn't he?
Yeah.
And then I've got Callum Wilson. A few different factors. I always seem to play against people who've got him, and he always seems to do well. I played against. I can't remember who I played against. Was it 2 weeks ago? And when he got that, scored a penner, which I fuck knows how that penner got given. But Graham Scott, he needs
against Fulham.
Yeah, it was the one against Fulham. Yeah, but that referee shocking that Graham Scott went over to VAR and still sent him off and give a penner. But he was in some controversy earlier on the season as well for one of the Tottenham goals. Or I filmed with him, and then Yeah, we've mentioned them a few times. With obviously the amount of Geordies we've had on here, Ainsley,
Yeah.
Jordan Swales, Tony obviously goes on about the Wilson and Fraser combo. So we've mentioned Wilson quite a lot in there. So that is my team, and yeah, I mean not a bad team, but not very balanced. Yeah.
Nah, not very balanced at all, I don't think.
Nah.
He's mine anyway. Obviously, we'll kind of discuss it. We might put in and take out. So, size and cash and Martinez, we seem to agree on.
Yeah.
I've actually went for Zuma, even though you went for Vestergaard, even though we put them best values.
Yeah.
I've gone for my mate Sufal or Kufal or whatever.
Yeah.
Both Czech boys.
Yeah.
Thomas Souček or Souček or whatever Gary Neville says.
That one, yeah.
But I put him in there. I went for Bruno and centre mid. I think I just thought, he's been that good.
Yeah.
We'll just put him in there. Left wing, there was two. So there was a joke one, who Tony loves, Ryan Fraser.
Yeah.
Even though he's barely played.
Nah, he's done nothing. He's the biggest flop. He's the biggest flop there we are. Add him in there.
You say that when he's not on the on the podcast this week.
He'll be filming when he's watching this back, won't he?
Yeah. And then I've gone Son for the serious one.
Yeah.
Because I think we've raved about him all year. But Son and Kane.
Yeah.
An old one actually. I mean, the first 5 weeks we thought he was the man. James Rodriguez.
Yeah.
In that hole.
Yeah.
And I've gone for go on.
He's been a little bit of a forgotten man recently, isn't he? I know obviously he's been injured, but even before that, he was struggling a little bit. I think I had him in for one game week, and it was when he got, was it 17 or something like that?
Yeah.
But yeah, apart from that, yeah, he is one from the early game weeks, but I think we have discussed him quite a lot, yeah.
Yeah, and then I've gone for a bit of a lightweight front line, actually. Yeah. Not out-and-out strikers, so I don't know how it would work. Theo Walcott and Jota. And I think with them, look, they're gonna pull defenders away, but any balls lumped forward to them into the chest and things like that, that's not them.
Well, I think both our teams are looking a bit lightweight. I'm just looking at your main Walcott, Jota, Rodriguez up top. You've got, let's say, Fraser on one wing, Fernandez. I mean, yeah, they're not very physical teams, are they? But I suppose it doesn't really matter in this sense. But, I mean, what's mine? Oh, mine's probably even worse. Literally, Souček and Vestergaard. Size, maybe. Well, I've still got a Dharma on there anyway.
So what I think that, I don't know, maybe I put Callum Wilson in from yours. Maybe ahead of a Walcott or something like that.
Yeah. I think as a whole, obviously, we have discussed Bruno a lot more. I know he's probably your favourite player in fantasy football. He's probably mine. As soon as he's signed, we just seem to have. I think we've both had him in for near enough the full time he's been in the Premier League, and
yeah,
I'd possibly have him instead of Sterling. I know I just had Sterling in as a bit of a bit more from the heart and.
Yeah, so look, just got a quick minute anyway, so it's kind of like a too good, too bad just before we go. So it's too bad, really. He's Matty Tunstall. We'll give him a shout out. I've victimised him a bit this week, but 33 points, but a bench boost there of 1 point with Riedewald coming on. Woods and Watts, never even heard of.
Nah.
And then Martin, he's third choice. Third choice behind Randolph anyway. So that was a bit of a waste of a bench boost. And then secondly, our graphic designer, Ryan Ainsley, 18 points last week. I know it was a low-scoring week, but he's having a bit of a nightmare. But, I mean, we'll end it on that anyway. That's the end of our Merry Christmas. Let us know your thoughts on that team, the flops and the best value. Hope you have a happy new year anyway, Ryan. I'm sure I'll see you soon.
Yeah.
All the best.
Yep, I'll see you soon.
Take care. Bye.